John Higgins breaking off, frame 5 of a possible 9. Higgins leading the overall head-to-head, 13 victories. And that's another fine long pot from Murphy. We've seen a lot of those
in that department, but the attacking side of his game is still cautious, but Murphy has not really gone down that route. Still takes the shots on.
4.
I think we can be entitled to be pretty excited, ever done. Kyron Wilson, among others, looking in great shape. Higgins, though, perhaps will need to improve his long game.
By the time we get to the Crucible,
1.
early 30s, and Luca is still in his 20s, so I just wondered now if it's a little too... All of that will, of course, become clear.
7.
To step up at the marathon of the mind, 2.5 weeks of it. Anyway, giving Johnson problems, you know, getting in and putting... end of the table. Through. That's where he's going to go next. Well, there could be a plant, the 2 reds also. On the bottom red first, actually, and save the plant. But either way, well on his way. Not needing to go into them. So he's now...
I think the most impressive thing about Murphy so far in this match is the way he's very unlikely position, but he's not let it phase him remotely, although he didn't want that cannon.
44.
Yeah, and some on this as well, big pink, but it's tough. Yeah. Plot twist.
Who would you rather be right now, Murphy?
Seven. $15.
Well, should seal that frame. I did seal the frame, so it's yellow to miss it.
Turn this around.
And he's already used that once. I mean, you can get a snooker beyond anything, but for the most part, slipping in behind.
That's not a bad bit of cueing from Shaun Murphy. Points down, couldn't make one of his clearances. So Murphy 3-2 up, back-to-back frames.
It's a good shot. I think he played it with a trace of left-hand side. He certainly wanted the... sees it as a viable option. So not much came of that.
Not this time.
Higgins got lucky there. Extremely thin, and of course, in potting. Definitely got a game plan to be positive, isn't he? I mean,
6.
On the contrary. Into the bunch, hit them well, very, very unlucky.
Shaun Murphy.
Of this game, Higgins has been presented something that he hasn't really earned here.
1. Eight.
Yeah, that looked on, didn't it? I'm surprised John did that, because it did. I don't know exactly how long, but it was over 3.5 minutes. To be honest, he's played a brilliant shot, hasn't he?
This frame proving to be quite a battle, and it's a vital one, clearly.
That cushion. It's a terrific shot, you know, to pot that.
1.
Well, this time.
Thank you. 1.
And I think, as I say, the key to. But he's unnerving, John, I think, with the kind of open the direction. And at the moment, he is getting the upper hand.
All the way to the trophy, when, by his own admission, he didn't have much of a safety game. Been in a world final, of course.
25.
I think just about anything but 3 reds and blues.
3.
Incredibly unlucky to knock in a red with the brown when he went into the bunt. A safety.
39.
And that's some result for
47.
Murphy after the...
He's taken these well. And yes, he's...
Shaun Murphy. 50.
Again.
Foul.
John was fair enough carrying on, but in fairness, he's made no impression on this frame. And we know it's a little bit sort of susceptible when Murphy's had a
8.
go at him. He's played really attacking snooker.
Big week for him. Quite an emotional win, no doubt, after so many near
11.
misses so on yesterday against Kyron Wilson. He started well again today, but Murphy stayed in the zone, and he's going to be within a frame of his 10th victory
20.
over John Higgins. Things stand 13-9. But in the end, Murphy
26.
has dominated this frame. His third in a row, clean the rule book, but
Shaun Murphy 26.
it's irrelevant. Well, Grand Prix alive. The other match this evening, Mark Selby playing.
Superb shot.
It's one of the great attributes to have in this sport, which is never happened.
7.
Because he knocked in a 140.
Foul.
Oh, he has knocked a red in. Oh, he has knocked a red in.
Shaun Murphy 7.
Oh, my goodness.
One.
Going in all directions. You know, it's a quality, but, you know, you do open up the possibility of that happening.
5.
Yeah, the
11.
angle was perfect.
Nine. 27.
Go wrong. But not for John Higgins, who's in.
Against Xiao Guodong. Robertson now within a.
43.
Alive.
Fifty-one.
And in it goes, so. And Higgins just pushing the black safe for good measure.
John Higgins.
Was drifted a little awkwardly, and he has to pot a colour of any significance here, or else, of course, the frame. So that's not gone in. I reckon that's end of frame, and he's
3. Higgins having won the 7th to stay in the hunt.
But now he's got a chance. There can be no excuse for. Fine one, but it did go in when he played the shot. It set him back a little bit. Meanwhile, Higgins is trying to play all kinds of shots. He tried to go into the bunch. And he's certainly adventurous himself, John. So quite a lot has happened in this match. Been very enjoyable. Played it slowly, I suppose, so there was less.
It certainly feels on the balance of players, though.
I think off the blue. Here's the miscue, which we're able to speak about. It was surprising. Just threw it completely offline.
4 in a row, a century in the previous frame, and he's wrapping up victory now. He's provisional, but it
happens to a lot of people. Fairly gently. It's a beautiful shot.
21.
So will he do it? Well,
out this match, and indeed the lion's share of this season, the way in which Murphy, third frame, certainly the climax of it.
To do. He wouldn't want to fall down at the last hurdle, and he's almost close to that point.
He won the first year. It was a ranking event in Llandudno back in 2016. Last season was a bit of a write-off, aside from the Championship League. This season, though, he has been back. Still a bit to do.
53.
But he's nearly home. And one more red to make absolutely sure.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't taken a backward step, has he, after John's miscue? But the high-value colours were not in play, but he brought that back winning form, isn't he, from earlier in the year? He's playing really confidently again.
With his second century
7
of the match. Admit that he's been outplayed today. It's been a great week or so for Higgins. Yesterday against the reigning world champion Karen Wilson.
85.
Superb performance.
$94. 97.
Pain.
100.
Barry Hawkins, who was out of sorts. He has more than done that.
106.
No, you're right. He knew he had to play superb.
Kong, a terrific match.